Women out here can't find a man because they acting like him. You are alpha. Now the alphas all want these subservient husbands. You can't have one.
That nigga got a point.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys that I came across that's related to other videos that I came across, and they're all kind of covering the same topic. Corny men. Apparently y'all got women in their feelings because the veil has been lifted and you are understanding how these women mate select, and you're understanding your value and knowing your worth, and they do not like it. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean in terms of this Afro Tech event that goes on where black women in particular are looking for men of means, to say it nicely. However, they seem to not like how the men are responding to them. You're going to see what I'm talking about here shortly. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Making this video, but I'm making this video as a PSA for the girls who are going to Afrotech. So I've been to Afrotech a few times in the past. I don't really go anymore because I don't want to work in tech anymore. But I do want to give a word of advice for the girls who are in tech and who are not in tech, who are going to Afrotech to only or purposely go and find a man. Does anyone remember the movie 21 Jump Street, the remake, not the TV show, in which there was this scene in which they observed that like the stereotype of like the cool kid and the jock and the cheerleader is actually not the cool kid anymore, and the new stereotype of like the nerds and the people who care about the environment and like the kids who were kind of excelling in life are now the new cool kids. That is kind of how I feel about the men that go to Afrotech. Stick with me, ladies. It is an environment in which there are a lot of men who didn't necessarily have, what's the nice word that I can use? A lot of pull in an earlier part in their life, and now they kind of have a little bit of leverage or a glow up, if you will. And I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, but the thing is, when sometimes those things happen to you later in life, it kind of becomes like a clout disease, and they take these associations with these certain companies or these certain salaries to their head. And I can speak for myself as someone who has worked at all of these companies and has been in association with all of these men since 2015. They tend to downplay the women, especially Black women, who are their peers, and they don't want to date us because they think that they're up now.
Why are doctors using this weird lamp to eliminate mold from their clinics?
And in 15 minutes, you know what's happening?
They have all the options in the world, and optionality is also a disease. So I really want to say this, and I really mean this in a nice way, for the girls who are going, be careful, because a lot of these men, I don't think that they're necessarily in a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband stage of life, especially if they recently started working in these environments. It's going to take some time for them to get that out of their system. That's my word of advice.
So it's gonna
Notice that her word of advice wasn't to pick these men before they get leverage or pick these men first. No, continue doing what you're doing. Just don't deal with these kind of men, because now that they're up, they know their worth, and they're not gonna make it easy for you. That's basically what she's saying. And let me tell you something, if optionality is a disease, women are suffering from that far more than men are. I can tell you that right now. And clearly, when it comes to men having options, it bothers y'all a hell of a lot more than it bothers men. And I think a big reason why is because men understand the game and they accept reality for what it is. Meanwhile, women seem to struggle with that. But let's continue.
I see a lot of women that say a man leading with his money is corny. A man that makes his money his personality is corny. And I can wholeheartedly agree, 110%. But the one corny thing that I don't think society talks about that women does is once a woman realizes she has a fat ass, she makes it her personality. I'm talking about the type of clothes she wears, the type of places she goes, the type of mood she's in because of her ass. Like even if you look on here, it can be a normal TikTok dance like that walk-in coupe. I'm with boo. Girls are started with their backs turned because they know they got a fat ass, just for us to see the fat ass first so they can get more views. And it's like, y'all don't think that's just as mental as somebody coming around talking about, can I get change for $3,000? I think that's just as corny or just as cringy. Now, don't get it wrong. Just like some women may love the nigga who's cringy with his money, but he's spending. Some niggas love seeing the ass without having the fuck. But at the same time, I think they're both corny on the same level. Like, you making money your personality and you making your ass your personality is damn near equivalent. But that's just me.
Nah, but let's talk about this because if it's one thing that I've noticed about anti-passport bro and anti-male content is that they pretty much try to lump all these men into one group and say that they're just lame or corny or whatever the case may be. And these aren't the men that we don't want. However, I gotta say, bruh, since I started traveling internationally, I've seen a lot of American women in these other countries that I wouldn't give the time of day to if I saw them in America. So just imagine what it's like when I spot them in these other countries where there's more attractive women and less obese and overweight women. And to be honest with you, when I look at them, most of the time they look cringe as fuck. I would argue the women that I see from other countries that are not America, when I see them in these countries, they look a little bit more normal than American women. However, some of those come off a little bit weird as well. So yeah, how about we stop trying to shame guys that travel overseas, because there's some weird ass looking females from my point of view since I've been traveling as well. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Middle class black people, respectable, that think that they're above people are more dangerous to them.
So what I want to say is a little bit different to what their whole conversation was about. Right. But that caption made me just want to snip this bit. Mm-hmm. A few videos ago, I did 5 types of guys to stay away from. And in the video, one of my points was the finance bro. I've said before, and I say this all the time, I would never date a corporate man.
Stay away from the jailbirds. I agree. Stay away from the drug dealers, killers, scammers, all that. I agree. Stay away from the broke men, because I know I'm mean as hell. When I was broke, well, you didn't want to be around me. I can't stand being broke. Stay away from the middle class men is what the first ladies were saying. And now you gotta stay away from those upper class to middle upper class men who like do it right. Like they went to college, got them a degree, they work in finance. Stay away from them too.
Do women have any options left?
I don't know, man. I think that covers everyone. I don't know. Every man except for the imaginary one you made in your brain. Yeah, the one who's a millionaire but has a perfect work-life balance. Who's not stingy at all. Like he's a trick for real. He loves spending all of his money on you and sacrificing all of his time for you. And he requires nothing of you because you are the table. Yeah, he exists, just not in real life. Y'all don't see how y'all are slowly just weeding out everyone? That's crazy. For what, though? Like, are you perfect? Nope. I even heard a lady the other day say, stay away from guys who are single with no kids because they act like they're God's gift to earth because they're so rare. I'm married with 3 kids, so I'm not even talking about myself. That's what everyone says that they want, right? Being like he's in high demand. Shouldn't he act a little different than everyone else or no? He should just take what he can get. I don't get it, bro. I don't.
So I was raised by my dad. You know, my dad raised me and my brother. And so we weren't like coddled by a mother figure. So my dad didn't play that shit. So I cook, clean, like I'm self-sufficient. So I don't need a woman. So if I have a woman around, it's because I want her around.
Right.
And I think that's really intimidating for a lot of women nowadays, is meeting a man that's like completely self-sufficient. Like, but I cook, I clean. If I was with a chick and she cooked, I'll do the dishes. Like, I have no problem doing laundry and shit like that. But I also get out, do an oil change. I just fixed my diesel truck like 2 weeks ago because I accidentally put $131 of regular in it. So I had to drain the engine and all types of shit.
So maybe it's a bad idea to generalize people, but I think these days it's just harder to meet like somebody that's serious and like.
I think it's easier for men to meet good women,
Yeah,
than it is for women to meet good men.
yeah. I think.
Now I disagree with him on that last part. I actually think it's the other way around. But what I want to key in on is what he said about women being intimidated by self-sufficient men. And I think it relates to the video that I played prior to that last one. What I've come to realize is that a lot of women want stable men, especially when it comes to finances. I think what men have realized through the world of social media and women constantly complaining about wanting financial stable men, and y'all have made it such a priority so much and came off transactional along with it, that y'all have given those type of men leverage. That's just what it is. And those men are going to exercise it because they understand that they're in high demand, like the brother said. So they are going to move different because beauty is far more common than these very same men that you're talking about. Now, I will say this. Recently, it came out that a lot of new 6 and 7 figure earners are blue collar workers, like your electricians and plumbers and what have you. So if you haven't eliminated blue collar workers out of the equation, there you go right there. If y'all want to stray away from Afrotech, I'm like, it ain't making y'all look any less innocent, but just throwing that out there. Let's keep it moving.
That's about something. I wasn't really giving her advice. I was just telling her what I thought about some things. And she was like, you know what? If we weren't such good friends, you'd be the perfect boyfriend. Man, like, what? So I'm like, what do you mean by that? And she said, I need to find a dude like you. I can't even set this up. I said, what do you mean a dude like me? I'm right here. Do you not see?
This is what I be talking about, bro. Women that sit here and complain about a bad guy or bad guys that they dealt with and be crying to the guy that they need and still won't give the guy that they need a chance, right? Sitting here venting to him, crying to him, telling him everything, and then proceeds to tell him that she needs a guy like him. He's sitting in your face. Like, he's in your face. But she still won't give him a chance. It's weird to me, bro. And then the girl will tell you, she like, oh, I don't want to date you because our friendship is too good. The only reason the friendship is too good is because the boy likes you. That's why. And this is why I tell y'all, bro, men and women can't be friends, bro. It's damn near impossible. It's impossible because somebody's going to start liking somebody. It's natural. It's just human nature. And you're supposed to be friends with the person that you love. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend is supposed to be your friend first. But just staying friends the whole time, bro, y'all either going to be hiding y'all true feelings for each other, or y'all just going to be fighting the urge to even like try to pursue something. We see the story all the time. We see the same story all the time when a woman friend zones the wrong guy, but she keeps choosing the wrong guys to sleep with, getting used up. But the right guys in her face the whole time giving her advice. Blocking their blessings, bro. It's just typical. Blocking their blessings. And they know, and they low-key know, bro. They know that guy's the right guy. That's why they say it's the right guy. They be like, oh, I need a guy like you. That's why they say that. They know what's up. But they just not ready for that right guy yet. They not ready. They not ready to be loved correctly. They play too much.
Can someone please explain girl math to me? You ladies will skip over the nice, respectful, successful guy who's going to treat you right and buy you flowers and prioritize you, and go for the asshole who is unemployed, has a tattoo sleeve, is verbally and emotionally abusive, and is going to make you hate all men, and you're going to write off dating and say you're just a hopeless romantic. Meanwhile, all the guys that would give you everything you want get curved, so you can go for the guys that are going to make you write off dating and say that there's no love in the world. How does that work? Either go for the nice guy, and if you get your heart broken, then you can play the victim and say love is lost and romance is dead, or you can admit that you have bad taste in men, but you can't have both. You can't go for the asshole that you know is going to fuck you over and then play the victim card when it doesn't work out. No kidding, it doesn't work out. Of course it wasn't going to work out. You know it wasn't going to work out. But you love a toxic man that's going to give you a roller coaster ride to give you some excitement in your life. Just admit it. Just admit it.
I'm like, but that's just the thing, man. Women are starting to admit this more, and men are paying attention and taking what they're saying seriously. And this is one of the reasons why more men are starting to pull back, especially men of means. Men of means definitely they see what's on the on the table, so to speak. They see what's in the field. They see what's available. They see what's going on. And that's why you're starting to hear more and more women complain about these men. Because deep down these men know why they weren't chose first. And women are admitting it now. And men are comparing notes, and everything is adding up to what women are admitting to. So the only thing is left is what? Accountability. And we all know how that goes when it comes to modern women. But let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.